I'm Chef John Kohler, and I've been preparing delicious raw food recipes for the last 17 years since I got into the raw foods lifestyle for my health. Today I'm going to be making a delicious recipe for you that is nut-free, oil-free, vegan, raw, plant-based, whole food, cacao-free, low glycemic, gluten-free, and more importantly, antioxidant rich. It's going to be so delicious, and let me go ahead and introduce you to the ingredients that I'll be using today. First, we have homemade coconut shreds. Now I'm using coconut shreds that are a whole food. Unlike oils that are 100% fat, the coconut shreds have the fiber. Next, instead of using a sugar alcohol low glycemic sweetener, I'm using a real food sweetener. These are just soaked dates, about 1 cup's worth. Next, instead of cacao, we're using a much healthier alternative that doesn't have these stimulant side effects, carob powder. Next, we have the avocados, 4 avocados. The avocados give us the creamy aspect of the recipe without the nuts. Next, we have the caviar of 2 vanilla beans. And finally, we have the antioxidant rich blueberries. We have about 2 cups there. So these are the ingredients in my recipe. And if you notice, these are all whole food ingredients. One of the reasons I got into raw foods is for my health, and I learned that one of the reasons why the standard American diet is so bad is because of the processed foods. And even if you go raw, you may be eating a lot of processed foods. So my recipe today is not using any highly processed foods such as sugar, alcohols, other low glycemics. And once again, the glycemic index is only one aspect of a food. There are so many other aspects that you should be concerned about, like if it's processed or not. In any case, let's go ahead and make this delicious pie recipe. First, we're going to make the crust. We have a standard 8-inch pie plate here, and we're going to take our whole coconut shreds and put that into the food processor. Let's go ahead and put this top on the food processor, and we're going to just rub it. So now this is the consistency we want, just so that the coconut is sticking to the sides of the food processor, but not yet turning into a butter. So now we're just going to simply spread this mixture. Once again, this is 100% coconut crust, and what happens is the oils come out, and the oils will help the crust to not stick to the pie pan, and plus this is stuck together enough so that it'll all stick together when you mold it with your fingers here. So I've molded all this coconut into the pie crust, and you can see it's in there really stable. Next, let's go ahead and process the filling. First, we're going to take the 1 cup of dates and drop that into the food processor. Just going to run the food processor, I don't know, 30 seconds and kind of get them mashed up a little bit before adding the other ingredients. So the 4 avocados are going to go in. The avocados are going to act as our creamy filling instead of using nuts that are so common in raw food desserts. The 1/2 cup of carob powder. The caviar of 2 vanilla beans. This is going to give us that nice vanilla flavor. Finally, the 1/2 cup of fresh blueberries. Now the blueberries do contain a pectin that's going to help let the mixture firm up a little bit. Once we got that in the food processor, we're just going to process. Go ahead and turn off that food processor. Now you don't want to run this too long or else you're going to get too liquidy. Right now it's actually standing. This is the nice perfect texture you want. So now we're going to go ahead and put this mixture inside our pie. And look at that. That looks like a nice rich chocolate mixture. But you know what? There's no chocolate in here. This only contains delicious, healthy carob powder that's rich in fiber. I'm getting every last bit of that filling out of the food processor, and we're just basically making this level across the top of the pie crust. We're going to then take our blueberries and just cover the top of our pie with a single layer of blueberries. Once again, this is a whole foods pie, not made at Whole Foods, but it contains whole foods because those, in my opinion, are the freshest and the best and what we want to eat the most. It's a delicious alternative and healthy, guilt-free alternative to cacao pies. Go to hotrawchef.com to vote for me. Don't forget, do it now. That's hotrawchef.com to cast your People's Choice vote for me, John Kohler.